my head.
Hello, it's Friday, and as usual, here goes your Friday video. So today I want to talk about the power for life. Yes, the power for life. And the power for life don't necessarily come from, things that you eat. We need that for energy, yes. It doesn't necessarily come from, the things that we do. But it comes from within, because it doesn't matter, as a shell or our outer body may look good, but then inside of us is probably dying. We're dying inside. Sickness sometimes don't look or don't appear on people. Sometimes people are walking around, they're ill, they're sick, and you just don't know that they're sick because it does not show up. So we're going to talk about now the power for life. And the book of John, so John 14, verse 17, it says, "The Spirit of truth dwells with you and will be in you." So the Spirit of truth. And you probably say, Simone, what Spirit of truth? Or who is this Spirit of truth? So Jesus is the Spirit of truth. So he not only dwells in you, but he dwells with you. He dwells with us always. He dwells with me, and he also lives inside of you. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. So the story, Walter Knight tells a story about a little boy who had recently received Christ. And he says, "Daddy, how can I believe in the Holy Spirit when I never see him?" And that's a very good question this little boy asks. To be honest with you, he has great wisdom for such a young age. Because again, how can I believe in someone or something that I have not seen? So the father said, "I'll show you how." Asked his father, who was an electrician. The father took him to the power plant and showed him the generators. This is where the power comes from to heat the stove and to give us light. We can't see the power, but it is in the machine and in the power lines, said the father. "Now, son, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in electricity?" he asked. The son responded, "Yes, I believe in electricity." "Of course you do," said his father, "but you don't believe in it because you can see it. You believe in it because you see what it can do. Likewise, you can believe in the Holy Spirit, not because you can see him, but you see what he does in people's life when they are surrendered to Christ and possess his power." Now, I can tell you this. That word surrender right there is one tough word. It is a very hard word. When you have to let everything down and let everything go and just totally just give it up to God. Surrender everything. And it's not just something in our life, because, for me, I'm even guilty of this. I want to surrender this, but I don't want to surrender that. And there comes a point in our life, and as we age and as we get mature, as we allow God, as we allow God to come in and to search our hearts. The Bible tells us how our hearts is desperately wicked. The things that we probably meditate on and think on, and it's there store up in our heart. But I'm so happy that when we decide to just let everything, give everything to God, he just fix it for us. He just turn everything around. He just work on us. And trust me, sometimes the work on us is not the best feeling ever. It really not. So just like this little boy, we haven't seen the Holy Spirit. We don't see the Spirit. We haven't seen Jesus. 2,000 years ago, many people walked with him. He held the best crusade. He had the most, the best revival there is. But we only read it from a book, the Bible. We read the Bible and we trust, what the word says, because that's the expectation, that we will trust the word. The Bible tells us, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lead not to your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. So even though you do not see that situation working out, whatever that situation may be in your life right now, you can't see it. You can't see any way of it working out. The question is, are you going to lean on the power of life? Are you going to allow Christ that dwells with you and in you to work through you, to get you through the situation, to get you through that problem, to get you through that mountain, to turn that mountain in a plain? Are you going to allow the power of life to mend those broken relationships, to mend that broken heart, for you to not be offended? Yes, offense. Because we know the bait of Satan is offense. Are you going to allow God to break away those pieces? Break away the hurt. Break away the unforgiveness. Break away everything that's not of him. And put him in your life. To put love. To put joy. To put peace. To put gentleness. To put forgiveness in your life. And I'm not saying all these things that I'm mentioning is easy. They're really not. But we have to be intentional about asking the power of life to come in to help us. Because if we're going to do it in our own flesh, trust me, it is not going to work at all. It's not going to work. I've tried it. And I can tell you from my own experience, I've tried to do so many things on my own, and it just never happened. I was just not successful. I failed. I failed so many times. It wasn't even funny. And now when I look back at my failures, or, I have no regrets of them. Because then I realized that, you know what? I want to be surrounded by people who truly loves me and wants me to be there with them. That I don't want to be in the presence of people who want to tear me apart. And that's why I dwell in the power of life. Because no matter how much we've been messed up, no matter how many mistakes we've made, no matter how much we've been through the miry clay, no matter how much we have our rags on, no matter how much we've been torn down and broken down, he says, I call you friend. He said, you are no longer a servant, because a servant does not know the master's business. But he said, I call you friend. He said, I call you friend, because you're no longer servants. You're no longer a slave. So I trust and I love the power of life, because he first loved me. Even when I felt like I was unlovable. Even when I felt like all hope is gone. Even when I felt like giving up. The power of life reminds me of who he is in my life. Amazing grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Sorry to be all emotional with you, but when you talk about Jesus, when you know what he has done for you, how you know how he saved, you have no choice. You have no choice. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I'm loved. He's such a good, good father. And I hope you will allow him to love you the way he has loved me. No greater love than this. Because he laid down his life so that I could have mine. So, I know I'm all emotional and teared up. Nevertheless, I can't let you leave today without giving you some work, right? Yes. Yes, Simone all teared up, but she's still going to give you some assignment. So, today I just want you to ask, Lord, there is evidence of you everywhere. You enable me to praise when in pain and to have peace in times of chaos. One day I will see you as clearly with my eyes as I have felt you in my heart. And I hope that will be your prayer also. That one day, some sweet day, when we leave this earth, when we leave this world, that we will see God and he will say, well done, my good and faithful servant. So as usual, don't forget to smash that like button, click subscribe, ring the notification bell, and most important, share. The best is yet to come. Love you guys. See you guys next week.